Hello, welcome to our unique learning system math lesson. My name is Charlotte Lucas. I am an autism low incidence mentor teacher with Richmond Public Schools, and I am delighted to be able to work with you today. Our math lesson today is a measurement lesson titled Spending the Paycheck Part B. First, we will do vocabulary related to the topic. Then we will use models to solve word problems. We've got a lot to do, so let's get to work. We will be working with money. We will be using a method called one up, where when you go to the store to buy something and it is for a dollar amount plus change, you give the cashier a dollar more than the price so that you are able to get change from the cashier. That way you don't have to count out change to the cashier. You don't have to have all of the information, all of the dollar value. All right, let's see if we can figure out how to do the first one. I'm going to read this. This is a word problem. I'm going to read it to you first. Then we're going to see how we can solve the problem. Randy is spending his money to buy something to read in his free time. He buys a magazine for $6.62. And I want to say to you that when you have money represented, you should have your dollar sign and you should have your decimal. And then when you see the decimal, you should say the word and. When we are working with money, we know that when we're working with money, when we're talking about dollars, a dollar is 100 cents. And to represent a dollar, we need the dollar sign and we need the decimal point. And when we see the decimal point, we say and. So the dollar is 100 cents. We use the hundreds chart. That just helps us out to remember what the dollar represents. Okay. Let's see if when we're reading this, it says, Randy is spending his money to buy something to read in his free time. He buys a magazine for $6.62. So the question is, how much does the magazine cost? So if we want to put the answer in, it's $6.62. $6.62. Now, we want to give the cashier a dollar value. We want to give the cashier one more dollar than the value so that we can get change back. So if it says $6.62, we will give the cashier $7. One more dollar value. So we go up $1. So if it's $6, we'll go up to $7. So the value, how many dollars should we pay? Let's see. Let's put the answer in. See if we're understanding correctly. $7. The value is $6. We give the cashier $1 more than the value. That way we can get change and we don't have to count change to the cashier. She'll give us back change. So in our box, we're going to put $7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We have $7 that we're going to give to cashier. The value was $6.62, but we're going to go one up and give the cashier $7. The cashier will give us back change. Let's do another problem. All right, we're going to read it first. It says, Danielle is spending her money to buy some fun things. She buys makeup for $8.73. How much does the makeup cost? So we know that the makeup costs $8. $8.73. We're going to give the cashier one more than $8. So one more than $8 would be $9. No cents, just So it'll be $9. We're going to give the cashier $9. Let's put that in our box. I'm going to give the cashier one more than the value. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. We have given the cashier $9. The cost was $8.73. We gave the cashier $9 so that the cashier will give us money back. All right, let's go to our next problem. Now, we are giving money away to cashiers, but sometimes you buy more than one thing, don't you? And when you buy more than one thing, you need to be able to add your money so that you'll know how much money to give the cashier. And when we're adding money, it gets a little bit different than when we're adding regular digits together. So when we're adding digits, we have to, the most important thing when we're adding, money, the most important thing is that decimal point. The decimal point, when you're adding or lining up your numbers, all the decimal points have to be lined up together. So for instance, this, we wouldn't be able to add this because the decimal points are not all together. The decimal points are all in different directions. We would have to make sure that the decimals line up. Now, when the decimal point lines up, now we can add these numbers together because we will get the correct answer. And when you answer a math problem and you have your line, you should always make sure that your answer stays in the place that you were adding. So there is a ones place and a tens place. Again, there is, now that when we go on the other side of the decimal, see on this side of the decimal, on the right side of the decimal, you're using change. It's less than $1, and there's a tens place and a ones place. When you go on the left side of the decimal, now you're working in whole dollars, 5 whole dollars. So this would be in the ones place again. So you have a ones place again when you go to the left side of the dollar. So, excuse me, when we are adding our money and our place value, you have a ones place and a tens place to the right of the decimal, and you have a ones place and a tens place to the left of the decimal. That's very important because, like I said, those decimals have to line up so that when you add all of the digits are in the correct place to represent the place value of your numbers. So let's try and do an addition problem here, because we want to see in our other, when we go back to the system, to the unique system, we will be regrouping, and we want to make sure that we have our regrouping in our head before we move on. So we represent our money as $1.90, just to give you an example. The $1, because it's a whole number, it's a whole dollar, will go here. And then the 90 cent, 9 tens, and 0 ones, that would be the place value of our money. So let's see what happens, and we're going to see if we can get this. This is my little rigged up system to add. So we have 6 plus 5. Now we're going to be adding, and when you're adding money, all the rules that apply for addition and subtraction always are the same. You always go to the far right, the last number on the far right, that's where you start, in the ones place. You always start in the ones place. Now, normally if I'm going to add, I could use a ruler as a number line. I could use my fingers, and that's fine. I could put the high number in my head and use the numbers to count on. All of that is fine. It doesn't matter, whichever way works for you. And I like kicking it old school. I'll use my fingers to count some money. I don't mind. But on this, we're going to use our number line because this is another way to count. And I like to use a method that is always correct. All right. So if we want to add together 6 plus 5, we want to add 6. Here, the value here is 0. There's no value. So we can add these two numbers, 6 plus 5. And to use a number line to add 6 plus 5, we'll start at the number 6. When you're adding, it doesn't matter which number you start with first, but we'll start with 6. And we're going to add 5. If you're using the number line, to add 5, you move to the right because your numbers are getting bigger. As you add number, you get more. So you'll move to the right. But before you start adding, you have to move first. So you don't say, I'm going to add 5 more and start here. You move first, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the answer will be 11. So let's look at that number 11. 11 is 110 and 1, 1. That's the number 11. We have a 1 in the ones place and a 1 in the tens place. So when we get here to the ones place, we cannot put both of those numbers, the 1 and the 1 in the ones place. We have to put the 1, the ones place 1, we have to put that at the bottom. So we can put a ones place 1 here. I can move this over. We can put a ones place 1 here. Okay, but the 10 for the number, the 1 that's in the tens place, we have to move that to the top so that we can add that number when we are adding the tens. Because now when we go to the tens place, we have to add. So we put out, and it's still 11, 110 and 1. Excellent. So let's see now. Let's add what's in the tens place. We'll start with the 1. We can use our number line again. We'll start with 1 here, this one right here. We'll add 7, and then we'll add 1 more because now we have 3 digits to add. We'll start with 1 here. We will add 7. You have to move first and then add the 7. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll give me 8 plus 1 more. That will be 9. So the answer in the tens place is 9. We don't have to regroup. In other words, we don't have a 2-digit number. We have a 1-digit number. We can put our 9 there. All right. Now let's go. We've got to go over past the decimal. Go past the decimal. So now we're going to go back into the ones place on the left side of the decimal. So we're going to add 5 plus 2 plus 1. Start with the number 5 on our number line. Add 2. Move first. 1, 2. Add 1 more. 1 more. And the answer will be 8. So let's put that 8 in place. And our answer will be $8.91. Let's put that in place on our place value. It would be 8 whole dollars and 91 cents. All right. Let's do one more and then we'll move over. We're just learning to make sure we're just reviewing how to regroup before we move on to our math problems. Also, we're exploring another way to add using the number line, which is my favorite way of doing things. All right, so for this one, we're going to add the numbers 5 plus 3 plus 0. 0 has no value here, so 5 plus 3. Start with the number 5 and add 3. 1, 2, 3. Remember, you always move before you start adding. So we're starting at 5. 1, 2, 3. The answer is 8. So let's put that 8 in the ones place. And remember, when you're adding or subtracting, doesn't matter, you always move to the very ones, the ones place, the far right, the last number on the, always start here. Don't start on this side. Always start on this side. All right, now we have to add 8 plus 6 plus 5. That sounds like a lot, but we can do it because we have our number line. Let's go. Start with the number 8 and add 6. Count. Move first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we get the number 19. All right, let's look at the number 19. 19 is 110 and 9 ones. 110 and 9 ones. Now, in this tens place, 110 and 9 ones is really, we put a 110 here and 9 ones. That's really 19 tens. So if I'm looking at this, Miss Lucas says, that isn't a good representation of what we want. It's we're adding the tens place, so it would be 19 tens. 19 tens. So 19 tens, if we added them up, we could use our fingers. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190. It is 190. It's really 190 altogether. So 190, if we add it, it would be $1.90 and no ones. See how that works? So there are 19 tens. We'll put the 9 here and move that whole dollar to this side where all of the whole dollar numbers go. And we're going to move that up here so that we have to add it with these numbers. All right, so let's see what our answer will be. We're going to add 1 plus 7. 1 and add 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The answer is 8. We're going to move that 8 into place. And our answer is $8, 8 whole dollars and 98 cents. Everything on this side of the decimal is less than $1, less than 100. Everything on this side represents whole dollars. So we have done some regrouping. We're showing how we need to regroup to the tens place when we have numbers that when we have 2-digit numbers in that place value. All right, so we've done that review. Let's go to our lesson and see how we can make this work. Over here, when I'm adding, I'm just going to add on using my fingers. Is that okay? All right, so 5 plus 0, we're going to see what our new dollar value. 5 plus 0 is, let's read the problem first. Miss Lucas, you're moving too fast. Read the problem. Mary Beth is spending her money to buy new things on her phone. She is buying an app for $2.15 and a song for $1.20. Which item costs more? So that's a good question. It says $2.15 and $1.20. Which item costs more? When you are comparing numbers, you always start with the highest value first. And the highest value is always to the left. So on this one, we'll start here in the dollars place. There's a $2 and a $1. We don't have to go any farther. We can see that $2 is more than $1. So the answer is, which one costs more? This app for $2.15. All right, and then it says, how much will this cost all together? And that's our magic word, all together. All together means we're going to add. All right, so we're going to add. And let's start all the way over in our ones place. 5 plus 0 is going to be, doesn't want to work for Miss Lucas. 5 plus 1 is going to be, I don't know why it doesn't want to work for me right now. Let's go. There it is. 5 plus 0 is going to be 5 because if you have 5 and you don't add anything to it, you're still going to have 5. All right, let's add 1 plus 2. 1, and I could go 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so the answer here will be 3. Okay, now we're going to go to the dollars place. 2 plus 1. We had 1 plus 2. We reverse it. 2 plus 1 is the same answer, 3. Very good. $3.35. We did not have to regroup for that one. Good. All right, let's do another one. Again, it says Brent is spending his money at the movie theater. He is buying popcorn for $1.75 and a fountain drink for $2.40. Which item costs more? So remember, we start all the way on the highest value, which for your numbers is going to be on the left side. And we have $1 on the left side and $2 on the left side. So we know that 2 is more than 1. The item that costs the most is the cup for $2.40. So how much will this cost altogether? Magic word altogether means that the operation is addition. We're going to add. Let's see if we can get this to work for us. There we go. All right, so we're going to add, always go all the way over to the right to the ones place first. 5 plus 0. If you have 5 and you don't add anything to it, you'll still have how much? 5. That's correct. 7 plus 4. So we're going to put that large number 7 in our head. We're going to add 4 more. Okay, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so that's an 11. You have a 1 in the ones place and a 1 in the tens place. So we're going to put the 1 that's in the ones place. We're adding tens, but let's see if I can get this to work. I don't know why it doesn't want to work today for me. There. So we're going to put that 1 there. And then there's going to be a 1 that needs to go up there because there we have 11. 1, that's the double digit number. 1 regroups here and the ones place number stays there. All right, now we have 3 numbers to add. So we have the number 1 plus 1, which is 2. And if we have 2 and we add 1 more, 3, 4. So the answer here should be 4. Excellent, excellent. That was excellent. So this time, I'm going to see if I can test you. This is going to be your test, okay? We're going to use counting on to get our answer, and we're going to regroup if necessary. You'll know, you'll be telling me when you're going, where you're going to put the numbers, okay? So it says Randy is spending his money at the convenience store. He is buying a magazine for $5.38 and a fountain drink for $1.84. Which item costs more? So we're going to go all the way over to the left side. Oh, I'm giving out the answers. You tell me. Where are we going to start? Here? No? Okay. Start here. Excellent. So 5 and 1. 5 is greater than 1. Which is the larger number? Of course, $5 is more than $1. Excellent. So $5.38 is the largest number. Now we're going to add. Where are we going to start? We're going to start here. We're going to start here. All right, I'll start here in the ones place like we're supposed to. So 8 plus 4, I'm going to put the 8 in my head, and then I'm going to add 4 more. What answer did you get? I got 12. Did you get 12? Let's try it. We'll put the 2 here. Oh, I'm giving out all the answers again. Tell me, should I put that 2 there? Yeah, I'll put the 2 there. Where will I put the 1? That will regroup into the tens place and go there. Excellent. Now I have 3 numbers to add. And because we're adding, I'm going to put that large number in my head. If this were subtraction, I wouldn't be able to do it that way. But I'm going to put that big 8 in my head and add 3, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 11 plus 1 will be very good. The answer again is 12. Excellent. Let's see if we can get that number in. So we're going to put, what are we going to put down here? The 2, okay. What are we going to do with the 1? the number is 12. We have a 1 in the tens place and a 2 in the ones place. Oh, we're going to put the 2 down here, and we're going to put the 1. We're going to regroup and put that up there. Very good. All right. So now we have 3 digits to add together. I'm going to put the largest one in my head, which is 5, and add 1, which will be 6. And then 6 plus 1 will be 7. Okay. All right. We got that one correct. Okay. I'm going to be better this time. I'm not going to I gave out too many answers that time. I'm going to make sure that I don't give out so many answers this time. You can do it all by yourself. Okay. I'm ready. Where are you going to start? Oh, I'll read it to you, okay? Danielle is spending her money on new accessories. She is buying a hairband for $2.14 and makeup for $6.09. Which item costs more? So the $2.14 or the $6.09? You've got to answer this yourself this time. I'm not going to answer, okay? $6? Excellent. It's the $6.09 item because 6 is more than 2. Excellent. You did an excellent job. All right, so let's start adding. Where do we start? Do we start here or do we start here? Here? Excellent. We always start there. Okay, I'm going to add for myself. You do your adding. I'm going to add for myself. I'm going to put that 9 in my head because that's the larger number. Then I'm going to add 4 to it. What answer did you get? I got 13. Did you get 13? Excellent. Now that we have a 2-digit number, what are we going to put here for the number 13? What will we put here? The 3? Excellent. Thank you for saying so. What are we going to do with the 1? We have the 3 down, the 2-digit number 13. What will we do with that 10? Put it in the tens place. I hear you. Excellent. So now we have 2 digits to add together because this is the value of 0. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Oh, well, I did that. Well, we all of us knew that answer. That's okay. You don't have to be mad at me for giving you that answer. All right, so let's do what is the last thing we're going to do? We're going to add, we're going to go past the decimal over to the whole place numbers, to the whole dollars, and you add that together and see what you get. I'm going to put the big number in my head, and then I'm going to add on. I got 8. Did you get 8? Let's give it a try. Yes, yes. Excellent. We did some good place value and regrouping this morning. And I think you should be proud of yourself. This is adding money. Money, the biggest part about adding money is the what? It's the decimal. When you line up your numbers to add, your decimals have to line up. So you put your digits in, line up your decimals, and then you are able to add. And when you're adding, make sure you keep your numbers, the answers in that line. When you're regrouping, make sure that you take that tens place value and move it over to the tens place. You did an excellent job today. I look forward to working with you again. Bye-bye now.